We are in Dhaka, Bangladesh. And yes, my friends, that time has finally come. We're off to India. Cue the music. Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back on board Waypoints Aviation. We're back in an Airbus A320 flight simulator, good old Alpha 6 Alpha Mike November, which will, by the way, be receiving an upgrade soon. As you can see right now, what we do is we're running CFM 56 engines, but news on the wine tells me that this is gonna get upgraded to a Neo, a Leap 1A engine very soon, so stay tuned for that. It's coming up, guys. And yeah, so as I told you in my crazy little intro, I hope you liked it, guys, but I've been pretty excited about flying into India for a while now, and there's quite a few subscribers out there from this beautiful nation of India who've been asking me, when you come into India, when you come into India. Well, guys, today that's happening, all right? And I'm gonna do something special today. So instead of just doing a flight where I'm gonna prepare from Bangladesh, I'm gonna push back, taxi, take off, brief you about my departure, brief you about my approach, my cruise, my landing, all that kind of stuff. I'm doing something a little bit special today, all right? So you're gonna have to watch the whole video if you wanna find out what's happening today. So what's gonna happen now is I'm just gonna head into flight operations, and I am going to I'm gonna set up. We're gonna brief for the departure, and that's where I'm going to reveal to you what's gonna happen today. All right, there might be a failure tutorial, there might be a touch and go somewhere along the way, who knows? Yeah, so life is full of surprises. India is full of surprises, so might as well just go with the flow and just have some fun with this. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Those of you who are not subscribed, consider subscribing. I mean, I would really appreciate it. And for those of you who are subscribed, thank you so much. You guys mean the world to us. And to our members, to those who joined our members, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to have you, and thank you for supporting our channel. And yeah, let's get right into it, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our pre-flight briefing. All right, so let's get right into it. So I came into good old SimBrief, I punched in all the details, and you must be, for those of you who are eagle-eyed, you're probably wondering, Jason, when you fly over to a country, you only fly to the capital city, which is true. And the capital of India is New Delhi, and the main airport in New Delhi is Indira Gandhi International Airport. But ironically, we have New Delhi over here as our alternate. And ironically, we're going to this airport over here, which is Victor Echo Bravo Sierra. More specifically, it is Biju Patnaik International Airport in the city of Bhubaneswar. I hope I said that right. Okay, and the reason I am doing this is because I wanted to honor a very special subscriber, and this person has been subscribed to the channel for a while and gave us a super like, and has been very supportive of the channel, and was quite insistent of us flying to their city. So what I thought was, I'm over here right now in Bangladesh, in Dhaka. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way down this way, all right, a little bit towards the southwest, towards that airport over there, okay, towards Biju Patnaik International Airport. When I get there, I'm going to do a touch and go. All right, I'm going to touch down on that runway, and then I'm going to put full power, and I'm going to take off again, and then I'm going to activate my alternate flight plan and continue from there on towards India, towards New Delhi, Indira Gandhi International Airport. That is my genius plan for today. All right, so as you can see, we've got our standard cost index of 25, and the initial route distance is going to be about 363 miles. All right, now if I bring up the PDF of our flight plan, you can see, here we go, we've got Dhaka right there, we've got Biju Patnaik International over there as well, we've got we're looking at a fuel burn today. We're going to carry about 9 tons with us, and because we're going to be carrying about 4,200 tons to take us to our alternate. So that's kind of the plan I have. All right, and so I've factored all of that in, flying over to Patnaik and then from there over to New Delhi. So I've taken all that into consideration, and I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to program this into the MCDU. So we want to stay tuned for that as well. Now, over here on page number 2 of our flight plan, you can see the alternate is Indira Gandhi International Airport, VIDP, runway, expecting runway 29 right, okay, on a track of 318, and this is the flight plan we're going to use to get there. All right, and we'll probably be doing flight level 380. Oh, we'll see our optimums, what the optimums say about it. All right, this is going to be the route we're going to take to get to Patnaik. All right, from Dhaka to Biju Patnaik. This is the route we're going to take. All right, we're going to use the Igoku 1 Alpha SID taken off from runway 14, and we're going to make our way onto the airway and then down. It's a short flight, very, very short flight. All right, and then onwards towards New Delhi. All right, so this gets programmed into the flight plan. Initially, we're looking at a flight level of 340 to begin with. All right, so that's my genius plan. All right, and yep, so looking over here, you can see this is the flight plan that's going to take us all the way down south over there. We are parked, we're parked at gate number 15, I believe, today. Oh no, gate number 8. All right, but it said 15 on the flight sim thingy. Anyway, no worries. We're at gate number 8, so it's going to be pushing back, and then we'll probably taxi down Foxtrot over to November, and down November all the way to November 2, and then off onto the runway we go, and we're off onto our SID. For the SID, I'm referring to plate number 10-3 Alpha, which is an SID for Dhaka, Bangladesh. And as you can see, we're doing the Igoku 1. All right, Igoku 1 Alpha, I believe. So that's going to be taking off from runway 14, and then at 2,000 feet or higher, we'll make a left-hand turn to this point over here, and then we're going to be getting onto Aviko, and then from Aviko to Ikogu. All right, that's the flight plan we've got for the departure. Minimum safe altitude all around is 2,000 feet. And yeah, that's pretty much what we have in terms of our SID. Transition altitude is 4,000 feet, kind of low, but it's fine, no worries. And yep, looking at the weather right now, so if I go into Dhaka, you can see that the weather is interesting. The weather today is, the winds are coming out of 09 6 knots, 4,000 meters of visibility, haze with some scattered clouds at 1,500 feet, broken clouds at 10,000, and the temperature is 34 with a dew point of 25 with a QNH of 1004. So all that's going to be plugged into IFCU very, very soon. And overall, it's a cloudy day, but that's going to make it even more interesting and fun when we break out of these clouds at about 10,000 and then enjoy some nice sunrise, some sunlight until we get there. All right, so that's the departure. In case of an immediate return or something goes wrong, we can come back to Dhaka because it's a nice long runway. And since everything's favoring runway 14, we'll come back and do an ILS to runway 14. All right, so we'll basically swing around, get vectors, and then just come and join the ILS and land on runway 14. That's the plan I have. All right, now in terms of our performance today, we are 68,380 tons. That's our gross weight. Our CG is 27.2. I've opted to use flaps 1 takeoff today. And we are going to be using the air conditioning on because, you know, who doesn't like air conditioning? And after plugging in all the details, you can see it has been raining here, so the runway is wet. So given with those conditions in mind, these are our speeds, all right. And we're going to be looking at a flex of 49 today. Flaps 1 up 0.3 is our trim, and 137, 147 and 152 is going to be the speeds we're going to use to take off. All right, so guys, that's the flight plan I've got. And now let's head back into the cockpit, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to insert all of this and make it a plan that I have that I can use to continue on to Indira Gandhi in New Delhi once I've done the touch and go in Biju Patnaik. All right, so guys, thank you so much. Let's head down to the cockpit and initiate all of this. Welcome back, and yep, sure enough, just like the weather report said, it is cloudy today with a little bit of gaps here and there, scattered and broken clouds, so that's fine, no worries, no big deal. So now guys, it's time to set up the cockpit and to program into the MCDU what I was referring to earlier. So let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, as always, when preparing for programming the MCDU, make sure you have your flight plan in front of you, and also you want to put constraints on, go to plan mode so that the ND changes to plan mode, and you want to go about 40 miles out. That's my preference, okay? And of course, what we're going to do now is we're going to come down to the MCDU, we're going to go to the data page, aircraft status, and we are an Airbus A320, CFM56, and our database is valid for the next 5 days at least at the time of this recording. Now we're going to go to the init page, and I'm going to put Victor Golf Hotel Sierra, Victor Golf Hotel Sierra, that's Dhaka International Airport, Hazrat Shajalalal International, and our destination will be Victor Echo Bravo Sierra, VEBS, for Biju Patnaik International Airport. All right, that's in there. Put it there. All right, and nothing shows up yet, no worries. Okay, now here's the important part, the alternate. All right, I hope you guys can see my screen correctly, properly actually. You can see my alternate is VIDP. So I'm gonna come here and VIDP, Victor India Delta Papa for Indira Gandhi International, put that over there. Our flight plan, as always, our flight number, I'm sorry, is Waypoints Aviation 320. Our cost index never changes, that's 25. And we're expecting a flight level of 340 today. Ground temperature is 33 today as well. 33. All right. Now, we've done that part there. Now we come to the flight plan page. We start from the very top. We're going to choose departures. We're going to go runway 14, and we are using the Igoku 1 Alpha all the way to Igoku. So we'll come up here, and then we just scroll up until we find the Igoku 1 Alpha. All right, there are two. There's Igoku 1 and Igoku 1 Alpha, so always be sure to make just double check. All right, and now we're going to choose Igoku 1 Alpha. There we go, Igoku 1 Alpha. There are no transitions, and we're going to insert that. And immediately you can see that our flight plan starts to generate waypoints along the way. Now, as we cycle through, you can see as I'm cycling this flight plan, all right, it moves along the flight plan, all right, and it takes us to Ikogu, not Igoku, Ikogu. Sorry, I do apologize, guys. Now from there, we're joining the airway, which is the Alpha 462 airway. All right, so let's come over here, go into airways, and we're gonna put the Alpha 462 airway, and we're gonna exit that at Charlie Echo Alpha and jump onto another airway, which is the Quebec 11. Put that there, and it gets it right there. All right, Quebec 11, we're going directly to Surup. So SURUP, put that over there and insert. All right, now if I push the airport button, it takes me to the very bottom of the last waypoint, which is Surup on the Quebec 11. You can see right there, Quebec 11, and there it is, Surup, right there. Okay, from there we're basically going directly to Victor Echo Bravo Sierra, and it's runway 32. So now if I was to bring up Navigraph and bring up the charts for VEBS, you can see that runway 32 has got a RNP Yankee and a VOR. So I'll take the RNP. All right. So the RNP basically starts at will be coming in from that direction over there. So I'll probably take it to start from either Bravo Sierra 661 or Bravo Sierra 662, one of those two. But I will get back to you on this when the approach briefing. So for now, I'm just going to go VEBS arrival, and I'm going to go RNAV Yankee 32, no stars, via the Bravo Sierra 661. There we go. And there it is, Bravo Sierra 661 in towards the runway, and we're good to go. All right, gonna insert that. And now just gonna cycle through looking for any discontinuities. There is one from Sorup. As you can see, here's Bravo, there's Bravo Sierra 661 and there's Sorup. All right, I want to make a connection there. So what I do is I press the clear button and I remove the discontinuity, and then it creates a connection. And now I can confirm that, and there we go. Boom, we're going directly over from Sorup over to Bravo, and it's just going to continue right on. All right, sweet, I like that. Excellent. Now that's done there. All right, on the flight plan page. However, now we need to put the alternate information in there. So if you push the airport, now remember we did put Indira Gandhi International Airport as our alternate, right? So what we're going to do now is going to push airport twice. When you push the airport button twice, you now get Indira Gandhi International Airport. And I'm gonna go VIDP, and I'm gonna go arrival, and basically we're gonna go over here and come back to this, and we're going to go to the let me see here, runway 29. So I believe that's going to be an ILS for runway 29. 29 right, it says. Okay, 29 right is just an RNAV, but we could probably change it to 29 left. We'll see. I'll pick ILS 29 right, and we're gonna go via the JAL 6 Charlie. All right, so I need to empty that flight plan, come back to that VIDP arrival, and it's runway 29 right. So if I select 29 right, it's going to be an RNAV, and it's going to be via the JAL 6 Charlie. All right, see that there and that there, it all matches. So JAL 6 Charlie, and yeah, pretty much good to go. All right, insert. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to do along the way, how I'm going to insert these waypoints. All right, all of these waypoints will have to be inserted along the way once we do the touch and go in Patnaik International Airport. So I'm going to show you that in just the moments to come. All right, so now the next thing I want to do is come over to the secondary flight plan, copy active, take any waypoint, and Victor Golf Hotel Sierra, put it as our new destination, and I'm just going to put ILS 14 for that. All right, come back to secondary flight plan, performance, go to the last page, which is the approach page, and the QNH is 1004, temperature's 33. The winds today, let me just bring up the winds one more time just to make sure I've got everything correct. Yeah, the winds are 090 at 6 knots. And the ILS, if at all we want to come back to the ILS, the minimums for the ILS on runway 14 will be 250. So I'm going to put 250 in there. Okay, and that's it. Secondary flight plan is done. On the RadNav page, we do have the Dhaka VOR, so I'm going to tune that in. I'm going to hard tune it, Dhaka, on both sides. ILS frequency is 109.5, that checks out, and the final course is correct. And now we go to the init Bravo page, where we have, stand by with me, I'm just going to check our performance data. Our CG is 59.3, Zero fuel weight is 59.3 and our CG is 27.2. We got a block fuel of 9 tons on board the aircraft. Finally, the last thing is the performance information. So it was flaps 1 with a trim of up. Stand by, my memory fails me, so I just want to make sure I get it correct from my notes over here. And yep, it's going to be up 0.3 is going to be that, and our flex temperature today is 49, and we have speeds of 137, 147 and 152. There we go, all speeds set up, transition altitude's fine, thrust reduction, acceleration altitude can remain as is, and all is well. And that, my friends, is how you program. You want to keep flight plan on the first officer's side, on the pilot monitoring side, and performance on your side. Finally, I'll go to progress page. Victor Golf Hotel Sierra 14. Put that there. All right, and guys, that's pretty much it. The flight plan is programmed in now, and we're ready to go. So all I have to do now is I'm gonna set my initial climb to 2,000 feet right over there, and just gonna get some systems up and running ready here. Let me see, what can I do here? Okay, FCU is set up, constraints good, come back to arc 10 miles, all good over there. Good. Squawking today will be 2105, and we're good, guys. So now all we have to do is get the APU bleed going, get the external power disconnected. I'll ask them to disconnect the external power shortly, and all that's left now is to do the before start, the cockpit preparation checklist, then the before start checklist, and then taxi checklist once I've started the engines, and then I'm off, guys, to India. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, do the pushback, start the engines, get into position for taxi, and then I'll get back to you guys when I am just holding short of the runway and ready for takeoff. All right, see you guys then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the holding point number 2 of runway 14, and it's time to get going. So gonna bring up my little chart over here for my reference, and yeah, it's time to go, guys. So if you're ready, I am ready. Let's get strobes on auto, landing lights come on, nose light to takeoff as well. Lineup checklist is completed. All systems are clear, nothing on the left, nothing coming on the right, no traffic on the runway either. Time to release the parking brakes, and well, let's get going. Give it about 30% N1, and just gonna taxi our way onto the runway. Okay, runway 14 is identified. And look at that windsock. It's healthy. Alright, runway 14. Here we go. The saying is true. A mile of highway will just take you 1 mile. But a mile of runway will take you anywhere in the world, provided your aircraft has the fuel range for it. Okay, 14 lined up, very good. Okay, forward pressure on the nose wheel, on the side stick, 50% on the thrust, stabilized, click and click, chrono on. Manflex 49 SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Takeoff thrust set. Winds are coming out of 090, so they're coming from that way. 100 knots, centralize the side stick. V1, rotate. Here we go. Onwards and upwards. Follow the SRS as accurately as you can. Nav. Positive rate of climb. 0. Into the clouds. Thank you, Bangladesh. God bless you. Alright, we're into those scattered clouds and onwards onto those broken clouds. So you can see there are pockets of clouds all over the place. Now at 2,000 feet, we want to start our turn, leave a climb, so one pull back. Alright, speed, alt, auto thrust wide. And we're at 2,000, we're accelerating now, and we're gonna make our turn towards our SID. And let's assume they've cleared us all the way to 340, so I'm gonna put 340 and push. Alright, thrust climb, climb. 340 blue. And yep, we've got S speed, so we can go flaps up, disengage the spoilers, and the outer lights go off. Alright, we're in the middle of the cloud layers right now. So got a layer beneath us and a layer above. But look at that sky, guys. It's looking amazing so far. Alright. Gonna make our turn right over there, make a left, and then we're pretty much outbound. Okay, crossing transition now, so I'm gonna set standard on both sides. Standard set, crossing 4,700 now, cross checked, standby is good as well. Okay, and according to the flight plan, or rather the weather report, we'd be above these clouds from 10,000 onwards, so hopefully that was right. So we're currently 6,700. I'm gonna get the autopilot on now. AP1. Okay, crossing flight level 80 for 340. Once I cross 10,000, we'll be over the clouds and I can do my 10,000 checks as well. Yes, there's the break in the clouds we were looking for. $10,000 on the dot. Okay, crossing 10,000. Lights go off. Weather seems to be alright. Seatbelt signs off. Airports come down here, and we're gonna go progress. I'm gonna put VEBS in there. Right now, I'm gonna make it auto tune on the VORs. Fuel predictions are right. Secondary flight plan. Copy that active flight plan. And that, my friends, is how you do that. Now, it's just climbing up, accelerating to our cruising altitude, and continue climbing up all the way to flight level 340. And then from then on, it's we start preparing for the approach. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Awesome, guys. All right, see you guys when I get to the cruise. Ladies and gentlemen, hello from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking, and we have just literally reached our cruising altitude of flight level 340, 34,000 feet above sea level. We're cruising at about 470 knots, which is close to 900 kilometers an hour, actually over 900 kilometers an hour. The weather is a little hazy. We're in some cloud today, and looking at our optimums right now, we've got 350, so I'm gonna put 350 in there, and I'm gonna push that, and that's gonna change our cruise to 350. So trust climb all 350 blue, and yeah, that's gonna help us climb to a more optimum altitude, conserve our fuel, and we're looking good. We are, as of right now, less than 150 miles away, so we need to get going with our departure, with our arrival, approach, and landing briefing for Patnaik Airport. So I'm gonna jump right into that right now, and yeah, I'll see you guys at the computer. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, time to start preparing for this approach. So here we are, right on our way, and now it's time to get the weather. First thing we do, so we're gonna click over here for Biju Patnaik International Airport. We're gonna click on the weather, and here we go. So the winds today are out of 1707 knots, 4,000 meters of visibility with haze, scattered clouds at 1,800 feet, and broken clouds at 10,000. Temperature 32 with a dew point of 27 and a QNH of 1003. So that's what we're looking at in terms of the weather over there. So given that the winds are out of 17, when we come back to the charts over here and we come to the approaches, you can see that we've got runways 14 and runway 32. All right, so that basically, given that the winds are 17, we can take runway 14, and the good thing is there is an ILS for runway 14. So I'm going to select that. I'm also going to come over here, and I'm going to keep the airport page pinned as well. So, and in terms of our stars, we can take the runway 14 arrivals. Okay, so I'm going to punch that in there. So the first thing we do is we look at this chart over here. which is chart number 10-2. And as you can see, for runway 14, the arrivals for the ILS, we could basically, let me see, our last waypoint is going to be Syrup, and Syrup is not here, so we'll probably have to add one of these waypoints in there and then take it in. All right. And looking at my ILS, we have the wires, so we could definitely take wire Gutid, for example. All right, so we're going to do that. All right, we'll take the Gutid star. So that's going to start at Gutid, then 135, and then we're going to come down over here with a maximum speed of 185 at VBS, and then we're going to join this one here, and then all the way down to the ILS for runway 14. Minimum safe altitude in this area is 3,300 feet. Now once we do that procedure, we're going to come over to the ILS page, which is 11-1, ILS for runway 14 at Bhubaneswar in India. So the frequency is 1091, final approach course is 145, mandatory altitude of 1900 feet for the final approach fix, and the MSA is 3300 in this zone and 2400 in the south. So the procedure usually has us come over the VOR and then go out and then turn and come back, but because we're coming via Gutid, we'll be coming in from this direction over here, so it's pretty much going to be a straight in for us. So 1900 is the final approach fix at about 5.6 miles. Then we'll start a 3-degree descent down to our minimums of 320 today. All right, and the RVRs are 550 and we've got 4,000, so we're definitely okay in terms of the approach. All right, this is going to be onto runway 14, which is a 9,003 foot runway, 27,044 meters. So we're basically touching down and then immediately putting full power, and then we're going back up again. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the missed approach. So climb straight ahead to 2400, then turn left to VOR and join at 2400 O as directed. So we'll take off, come back here 2400, and we'll be holding at the VOR. And once we do that, I'm going to program the onward journey into the secondary flight plan, which will allow us to basically continue on the journey on the secondary flight plan. All right, that's what I'm going to do. So time for me to now jump right into the cockpit and program all of this in, and I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, we're at 350 and time to program in our approach. Alright, so I've got my final waypoint there, which is Syrup, and you can see it also down here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into Biju Patnaik International Airport, VEBS. I'm going to go to arrival. I'm going to change the airport to ILS 14, no stars, and we're going to go via Gutid. All right, just as we saw in the plan. And as you can see, from Syrup we'll make a right-hand turn, come to Gutid, and then we can join the ILS for runway 14. All right, so that's all in there now. Gonna insert it, and then from Syrup we're gonna go clear, and then that will sequence Gutid right after Syrup, and we insert that. All right, that's looking good. 264 miles now to go. And what we can do is we're also going to go ahead and come to the RADNAV page. There is a VOR, which is the VEBS VOR. It's the Bhubaneswar VOR. I'm going to put that in there. Choose the first one. I'm going to put VBS in the second one as well. I'm going to cross-check the ILS frequency is 109.1, which is correct, 1091, and it's India Bravo Hotel Romeo, and it's 145. So that's all correct right over there. Now from the RADNAV, I'm going to go to progress. I'm going to put VEBS, and I'm going to put 14 in there as well. GPS says primary, accuracy high, all good there. Performance, I'm going to come over here to the approach phase, and I'm going to punch in our METAR, which is the QNH today is 1003. The temperature is 32. The winds are out of 170 and 7 knots. and the minimums over here as per the chart are going to be 320. All right, and that's all done in there. So that's looking absolutely fantastic. So we've got to descend down to 1,900 feet. So fuel prediction looking good. Secondary flight plan. I'm gonna copy the active flight plan. All right. In fact, here's what I'm gonna do. Usually I just go copy active, but here's what I'm gonna do for our secondary. I'm actually going to come to secondary flight plan. I'm going to delete it. All right. I'm going to go to the init page and I'm going to put VEBS/VIDP. I'm going to build a new flight plan based off this. Put that there. The alternate, I'm just going to keep it as VIDP. All right. Flight number, as always, will be Waypoints Aviation 320. I'm going to put that in there. Cost index will be 25. And we'll be cruising at 340. We'll check our alternates, okay? I'm not going to be bothering with the ground temperature. Come back to secondary flight plan, and now I go into secondary flight plan, and here's what's going to happen. I'm going to build right over here. So the first waypoint that we have to fly to, if I bring up that flight plan, the alternate flight plan on my computer, I hope you guys can see it. The alternate flight plan is going to be from here direct to BBS, all right? Which is the VOR. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put BBS in there and select the first one. There's BBS. All right, now from BBS we're going to go on to an airway, which is the Whiskey 50. Put that there. From the Whiskey 50 we're going to jump on to the Romeo 460. So Romeo 460, and we should get BBN. Perfect. And then from the Romeo 460 we're going to go on to the Mike 890. Mike 890. Put it there, and we should get Lima Kilo November, just as it says in the flight plan. Absolutely perfect. And we're exiting at JAL, which is the Jalalabad point. And we're going to put JAL in there, and that's it. That's all I need to do for now. Come back. All right. And as you can see, my secondary flight plan is being built. See, all the way from BBS all the way out. All right. Come back to secondary flight plan. Go to the init reference. Go to the second page. Actually, no, sorry, my bad. We'll go to, actually, init reference will take it from here. So that's pretty much done. And then on the secondary flight plan, I've got VIDP now with all of the airways associated. As you can see, as I cycle through, taking us all the way to Jalalabad and then onwards towards there. So that's in there now. So all I have to do is when I do the procedure and I've come around back to the BBS VOR, I just have to come to secondary flight plan, activate secondary, and then I'm on my way to Indira Gandhi International Airport. So that completes my preparation. All right. So now I'm currently at flight level 350, and I need to come down to 1900 as per the charts. So if we bring up our little calculator thingy, 35 minus 1.9 gives us 33.1. We multiply that by 3 and we add 5 just for our barrier. So that's 104.3. Say 105. All right. Now looking at this, I am 227, it says. All right, which is okay, I guess. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go into that fix info VEBS 114, and I'm going to put 105 miles on the radius. All right, and the final approach fix is 145. The final course is 145, so that would be the other direction would be 325. All right, there we go. Put that in there. And there we go. There's our runway direction. And here we've just crossed the 105-mile marker. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the descent down to 1,900. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick 2,000 first over here. And then I'm going to go hundreds, 1,900, and I'm going to push. All right. Push that in there. And now we can essentially start our descent. I don't know why it says VS0. Let me close this. It's starting to slow down, and we're going directly to syrup insert, and we're going to push that in there. In fact, it's not accepting it for some reason, but no problem. I'm just gonna pull, and there we go. Transition. Now we've got thrust idle open descent, flight level 1900 blue, and because the QNH today is going to be 1003 and I'm going directly below the transition altitude, I'm gonna push this in, make it 1003, push that in as well, make it 1003, and let the aircraft do its thing. Alright, so here we go, we're descending now. And so far so good, everything's looking all good. Right over there, 1900. So if I go flight plan, as you can see, everything's in there. Lovely. Yep, right over there, 1400. So basically, for some reason it didn't take the 1900 there, so I come in here and I'm just gonna make it 1900 and put it there, insert, bring up the constraints, and now it should see it there. Lovely. So now if I try to do the managed VOR, again it doesn't want to do it, no problem, we'll just descend like that. So now we're descending, and it tells me I'm gonna reach 1900 by around here, this point here. So that's a bit too early. So what I want to do is I'm gonna pull on the vertical speed, and I'm going to reduce our rate of descent. Alright, and as you can see, as I reduce the rate of descent, this moves the point at where we're going to reach over there. So yeah, it's looking fine. In fact, I can even reduce it to about 500 feet a minute, minus 500 feet a minute, and we're going to get there in time. Now I can increase and reduce the rate of descent as required, so no worries over there. I'm also going to go, I'm gonna pull, keep it at 250, or actually I'll keep it at 245, and I can activate the approach phase now as well. Alright, so that takes care of that, and there's a break in the clouds as we get down towards Biju Patnaik International Airport. So this would be what would become the Bay of Bengal, I guess. So yeah, looking good there. And now we can get the seatbelt signs going, and we can also do the approach checklist, which is barrel reference 1003, set both sides, no auto brakes for this approach. Seatbelts, they are on, the minimums are set to 320, and the auto brakes are none. Engine mode selector normal. So all good, all set. So I'm just going to be playing with the vertical speed to make sure that we get to 1900 feet at the right point. And yeah, so I'm gonna get back to you guys just before we hit the final approach fix. All right, I can also actually I'll get back to you when we're just crossing 10,000 feet. All right, see you guys there. Alright guys, here we are, pretty much coming up on 10,000, so we'll be doing our 10,000 checks pretty soon. And I've got the speed brake going just to help me get down as quickly as I need to, because then I can probably take a little shortcut and come right in directly. So just waiting to get below 10,000 feet. There we go, here's 10,000, so ILSs can come on as well, constraints, and gonna come up here, landing lights can come on as well. And yeah, looking good. So now that I'm below, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go direct to, and the next waypoint will be Delta 316 Victor. So I'm gonna go Delta 316 Victor here and insert, and that puts me right back on the profile. And I can actually now reduce my speed a little bit. I can also go vertical speed, and I can reduce our vertical speed because I just need to get there by 1900. Alright, so everything's working out pretty much well. In fact, I can even manage this descent, it should be okay, but I'm gonna go vertical speed, gonna store the speed brake now, and I just want to keep my eye on that little blue arrow and make sure that I reach on schedule. Right, this is how you kind of play with the FCU and get it to do what you want it to do. Alright, so everything's looking good so far. My secondary flight plan is ready, so if I go secondary flight plan, you can see there it is, taking me all the way back. So yeah, looking good. In fact, I can reduce the rate of descent to about, yeah, that's looking perfect right over there, right on the Charlie India 1-4, just before 1900. So that's going to be the vertical speed I'm going to maintain while I make my way over. All right, so I'll get back to you guys in just a few seconds when I'm just about to start the final approach. Alright, so we are now going to be cleared direct to Charlie India 1-4, so I'm selecting it there, confirmed, and I'm going to hit insert, and very soon we're going to get the ILS information as well in there. And as I look at my screen, I can see that the vertical speed I have as of right now is perfect to get me to 1900, but I need to slow down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to manage our speed, and I'm going to use the speed brakes, but I'm going to let the vertical speed keep it at about 1000 feet per minute, just so I continue descending, but I also want to get down below that magenta line so I can deploy some flap. So we got the speed brake going to help us out, and we've come below the layer of clouds, so yeah, hopefully visibility gets better as we get closer to the airport. There we go, I've got that. So now it would probably be a good time to get to flaps 1. So flaps 1, speed checked and selected, and I can actually go ahead and even reduce my speed down to 1900 below the next flap setting. And I can even reduce my rate of descent just to make sure I don't go below Charlie, because Charlie India 1-4 requires me to be at 2400 or higher. So just to make sure I don't bust that, I have adjusted my vertical speed to keep me there. I hope you guys are following. In case you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer you. So this constraint, 2400. All right, if you look at the charts, you can see you got to be at 2400 by the time you get there. Speed brake stored, by the way. And so that's why I adjusted my vertical speed to make sure that I get to 1900 after this, but before where I need to be at. So that's kind of like how I'm playing with this, with the energy management in the aircraft right now. We've got the localizer coming in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press lock, and that puts the lock in blue. So very soon, there we go, lock star. And now we're tracking the center line of the runway all the way down in towards the airport. Yep, you've got a speed of 190 now, and flaps 2 is available. In fact, given our current situation, I think we can go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and increase my speed just a little bit, just to 200, just so I can get going. But it did say there was there was actually a speed restriction of 185, so I'm gonna bring it down to about 180 now. Excellent. So now it's just basically flying our way in. I can do flaps 2, but I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm just gonna wait until we get closer, and then I'm going to I'm gonna arm I'm gonna deploy the flaps. Okay. Nice, slow, steady descent all the way in. Beautiful place. Just want to get my iPad running. Alright, let's see on this. Bring up my Navigraph charts. And there's our flight plan. I can come to flights. I'll unload that and I'll import the fresh one from here. There we go. And then in VEBS, I am doing the ILS for runway 14. Alright, so there we go. There's the ILS, and looky here, that's us coming right in. Excellent. Looking good. And there's the ILS chart as well. Excellent, straight in. All right. All right, glide slope is there, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the approach button as well, GS blue, and I can go ahead now and give myself flaps 2, speed check, and flaps are moving. I can also now, I'm gonna bring the speed down to 160, and I'm gonna keep it at 160 until I'm fully established. Go around altitude here is 2,400, and here I am. I came up on the ILS. You can see I'm making my way in. Alright, temperature's 28, so I don't need any anti-ice, even though we got a lot of clouds in the area, so we're good so far. Yep, all good. Perfect, we're going to be 1900 just at it. I can even increase my rate of descent a little bit just to make sure I come slightly before that. In fact, now that I have the glide slope, I can actually do this. I can go ahead and push that, because I'm below the glide slope, so I'm pushed to level off, let the glide slope come in, capture the glide slope, and then descend on the glide slope itself. See? Brilliant. Okay, I'll maintain this altitude. Glide slope's coming in. The glide slope is 1 bar above, so speed check, gear down, flaps 3, arm the spoilers, and get the other lights going, and tell the cabin crew to be seated. Glide slope star. Lovely. Should get glide slope soon. There we go. Glide slope set to go around altitude 2,400. Double check. Yep, 3,400 set. I can now go flaps full, manage my speed, and I can go ahead and do the landing checklist, which is ECAM memo, landing no blue. Landing checklist complete, guys. So now we're on the final approach. As soon as I have the runway in sight, because 4,000 meters of visibility, so as soon as I have the runway in sight, I can disconnect the autopilot and take over and take off again. Do the touch and go. And you want to do the touch and go right, otherwise it becomes a touch and gone. Pilot humor. Sorry, guys. Hope you guys enjoying this flight so far. I am. Hazy, a little bit of cloud here and there. By here and there, I mean everywhere. It is, I don't know, is it, I mean, my Indian friends, you can tell me, is it monsoon season there now in India? Because it's just thick CBs everywhere. Alright, I got ground contact, but I still don't have the runway.
1,000.
1,000 checked. Says the winds are coming out of 1.7, so you can see the winds now starting to adjust to what it was set on the METAR. Still no sight of the runway, but we should. Ooh, lightning. All right, let's get autopilot 2 going. So autopilot 1+2. That's checked. Minimums are 320. Ooh, did you see that spike of lightning right there?
400.
I believe I see the runway, guys. Yes, I see the runway. Runway contact. Land. Autopilot's coming off.
300.
Alright, here we go. Let's land this baby.
200.
There's a proper
Minimum.
Continue. Slightly high.
100.
Correcting.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Start the engine. A little bit of right rudder just to compensate for that wind. Get it down. Get it down. Don't balloon. There we go. Flaps are coming back to 1. Flaps are selected to 1, and as soon as the flaps hit 1, I'm giving full power. Come on. There we go. Full power. Dhaka SRS go around track. Accelerating down the runway. V1. Almost V1, and rotate right at the end of the runway. And we're up. Yay! Positive rate, gear up. And here we go around track. Just gonna keep the aircraft stable on the SRS as we do our climb out. It is actually quite turbulent out there, so just have to work a little bit harder just to keep the aircraft where I want it. Gonna go nav now and then follow along all the way back towards the ILS, towards the VOR, and then we can activate the approach phase. So there's 1000 there, and I'm gonna go autopilot on, and I'm gonna climb to 2400. Dhaka, open climb, autopilot 1, lever climb so I can bring back. Okay, thrust climb, auto thrust wide, autopilot 1. Awesome. So now we're climbing, accelerating, and you know what? Instead of waiting, I'm just gonna go ahead right now, secondary flight plan, and activate secondary flight plan. All right, and that's gonna take us. Now I'm gonna go direct to BBS, insert, okay, alt nav, and we're off. So I'm gonna set, let's say I'm gonna set 340 now for our climb. 340 and pull, thrust climb, open climb, 340 blue, S speed, gonna go flaps up, disarm the spoilers, out the lights off. I'm gonna climb up and over this weather. Nice. Yep, we've got the entire flight plan in there now, all the way to Jalalabad, and then once I get, so what I'm gonna do now is I'll come to fix info, and now I'm gonna make this VIDP, put that there, and I'll put myself 200 miles radius around Indira Gandhi Airport. Done. Cool. So now I'll come to progress, and I'm gonna go 1, put that there, 340. Says my optimum is 350, so I'll actually make 350. Press 1 again, put it there, 350, and now we're climbing. And yep, so now that resets us into climb mode. QNH is flashing, go standard, and that does that, guys. So now we're climbing and we're off. We're leaving Biju Patnaik Airport, and we're on our way to Indira Gandhi Airport in New Delhi. Awesome. And I've got, let's see, 872 miles to go. Says I'll have about 1.1 tons of FOB, but that'll change. Awesome, guys. All right. So that's pretty much all my work done, guys. Now it's just climbing up and over these clouds and getting over towards Indira Gandhi. I'll get back to you guys when I'm in the cruise. See you there. And here we are, guys, up and over the clouds, cruising at flight level 360. I came in over to the progress page and it said the optimum is 360, requested it, got it, and here I am. So I'm actually at maximum zoomed out because I do have about 668 miles to go. And looking there, that little ring there, that represents 200 miles around Indira Gandhi International Airport. So yeah, all that's left to do now is sit back, relax, enjoy the view, and the most important thing, coffee. Alright guys, get back to you when we're about to prepare for our descent and approach into Indira Gandhi Airport. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just crossed over the 200-mile marker outside of New Delhi. So I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to choose Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi. And currently, we're going to check the weather first. Alright, so the weather is winds at 270 at 9 knots, 3,000 meters of visibility, pretty low. Haze and temperature of 33 with a dew point of 10 and a QNH of 1.008. So given that the winds are out of 270, if we come over here and we bring up the airport chart, which would be the 10-9 plate right over there. Okay, now you can see we have runways 29, 28 and 27. And on the other side runways 11 and 10 and 9. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to take an ILS if possible. So I'm going to come into the approach here, and if I come over to runways 29, I can take 29 left, which has an ILS. 29 right only has an RNAV, and but to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose the ILS for runway 28. So I'm just going to pin those in there, and if I come over here, I'm just going to remove the previous airports because we really don't need those anymore. And looking at the star, our last waypoint is JAL, the Jalalabad waypoint. So if I put JAL in the stars, you can see Jalalabad. Alright, so what I want to do now is I'm actually going to pin that as well there. And if you look at Jalalabad, you can see that it's plate number 10-2 Charlie, effective the 13th of July. It's an RNAV star. Now we're making our way over towards JAL right now. We're about 43 miles away from there. So once we get to JAL, we want to approach the airport from this point over here. Alright, so what I'd like to do is I need to see which one would be suitable for runway 28, and in this case it says the RNAV arrivals for all runways. All right, so given that we can take we could probably take the JAL, probably the 6 probably take the 6 alpha. All right, we'll see which one is suitable for the arrival into, let me just have a quick look on the MCDU. We can take the JAL 6 Bravo, all right, which is right over there. So we start at Jalalabad, the VOR, 292 degrees over there, and at Lalit we got a altitude of 150 or higher, maximum speed 250, and then we go onwards towards Sugok, where we got a max flight level 1080 or higher and a maximum speed of 210, and then onwards towards the next waypoint over there. And then we break off and then we make our way towards the ILS. So today it's going to be an ILS for runway 28. So we've got plate number 11-6, effective the 7th of September, ILS for runway 28. And let's see, the frequency is 110.3 with a final approach course of 284, and the minimum safe altitude in this region is 2,800 feet. So we will be coming directly in from Jalalabad, right, straight in from over here, and then we'll probably hit the Charlie India 28 point, which is at 2,600 feet, and then start our approach. So if we come to the final approach, which is 11-6 Alpha, effective the 7th of September, you can see that we come straight in, and at 2,600 feet by Delta Papa November, which is Charlie India 28 on our FMS. And then just over here, we come down to 2,140 feet, and we start our glide slope all the way down. It's a 3-degree descent down to our minimums of 1006. The airport elevation is 778 feet, same for the runway. And that's going to be the approach we're going to take to get in there. And the missed approach procedure would be to climb straight ahead to 2,600 feet, crossing DME 5.0 DPN. So that's the Delhi. DPN is the Delhi VOR, which sits right over there. and turn right on heading 345 to intercept a rally of 316 Delta Papa November. Thereafter climb to flight level 070 and join Sierra Alpha Mike VOR and hold. Alright, so that's our procedure that we have to go to, and the go around altitude will be 7,000 feet or flight level 070 because transition here is 5,000 feet. Alright, so that's the procedure we're going to use to land. And coming in towards the airport, you can see that the runway 28 is about 12,510 feet long, very long runway. We can easily exit at probably kilo 1 or kilo 2. I'll probably exit at kilo 2, and then I'll take link 39 and bring it over to probably apron, to the terminal 2 side, apron number 2. And looking at that in retrospect of what gates we can be looking at here, so here we go, there's runway 28. We'll exit over here, kilo 2, get link 39, and probably take a nice little short exit towards gate 206. So that's my plan. Let's just see how it all plays out. Alright, so now it's time to head back into the cockpit and program all of this into the box. I'll see you guys there soon. Alright guys, time to program everything in. So first things first, we're gonna come here and we're doing the hat, alright, which is like that. So I'm gonna go to flight plan and I'm gonna go into Indira Gandhi International Airport. Arrival, I wanna scroll and find the ILS for runway 28, and I'm going to go via the Jalalabad 6 Bravo star. Selected and confirmed. Alright, and I'm gonna go into heading first, and then I'm gonna insert it, and then I'm gonna go back managed, and now we have our onwards from Jalalabad. Alright, and it says it wants the destination data, which I shall give it very soon. So flight plan, all good. As we go here, put the constraints on, you can see as we cycle Sugok, and then essentially speaking it comes to we want to remove the manual. Alright, and yeah, so far so good, I think. Yes, and then from there we're gonna go here, and now that creates a nice direct link. We insert it, and now we're heading straight for it. Okay, straight down towards the ILS. 146 miles to go. Flight plan is now done, sequenced nicely. RadNav, it's the we do have a VOR right over the airport, which is the Delhi VOR, Delta Papa November. So Delta Papa November, gonna put that there, and Delta Papa November, put that there, and the frequency is going to be 110.3, which is confirmed, and the final approach course is 283 degrees. Well, 284 on the chart, 283 here. I can actually put F284 and confirm it right there. Perfect. So that's the ILS done. Now we go to the progress page. We're going to put VIDP28 and put that there. Now we're going to come to performance, and we're going to go over to the approach phase. The QNH today is 1008. Temperature is 33. The winds are 270 at 90 knots. And the minimums for this approach will be category Charlie 1006. Put that there, and that should do that. Alright, now fuel prediction, all good. Secondary flight plan, copy active. And that, my friends, is the MCDU all programmed in. And all I gotta do now is calculate my top of descent. So I need to descend down to 2,600 by the time I get to the final approach fix of the runway. So I'm currently at 36,000 feet. So 36 minus 2.6 equals 33 times 3 plus 5, and 105.2 miles away is what we are going to do. So come over here, take any waypoint, fix info, VIDP 28, put that there, and I'm gonna put 106 miles out, and coming over to the airport page just to see the opposite side will be 104 of the radial in. And there we go, guys, there's my runway. If I zoom out a little bit, there's the 106-mile marker. That's when we're going to start our descent down into New Delhi. Alright, so we got some time to go before we have to do this descent and approach. So yeah, it's all good, guys. And now all we gotta do is just wait, do the approach, and make our way in. See you guys there. Alright guys, we're just crossing the 106-mile marker, so time to get down and descend. So let me see, the final approach is going to be 2,600 initially, so coming over here, gonna put 3,000 and then go into hundreds, 2,600, and push. Seatbelt signs come on, and we're going down straight towards our below transition. So gonna go ahead and put the QNH in, which is 1008, and push it in 1008. Set. And yeah, we're good to go now, guys. So it's all that's left to do now is to do the approach checklist again, which is the barrel reference 1008 cross-checked. Seatbelt signs are now on. The cabin minimums are set to 1006 as per the charts, and auto brakes will be low for this approach. And finally, the engine mode selector, which is normal. So the approach checklist is completed. All that's left to do now is just manage our descent profile, make sure we get to the altitude and speeds that we have to on schedule, and everything's going to be fine. Alright, I'll see you guys when I'm just about to cross 10,000 and below. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached pretty much almost 10,000. I'm going to go ahead and manage the speed. The approach phase is already activated, using the speed brakes to help us slow down to our constrained speeds so that we don't bust any speed limitations. Everything's looking nice, and we got 2,600 in there, keeping in the back of my head that the go around is 7,000. So overall, looking good. Alright, so 210 there, we're almost at 210, and then the next will be 190 or lower. So yeah, we'll be okay. We'll definitely get there on schedule. I'm just gonna go vertical speed and keep that descent profile going at probably around 1200 feet a minute, and very soon we're gonna cross below 10,000 feet, so I can go ahead and get the rest of the cockpit set up, doing my 10,000 checks, which is now. Landing lights can come on, seatbelts are already on, airports, and copy active on the secondaries. So far so good. Yep, looking good, guys. So yeah, we're now just storing the speed brake, let the aircraft do its thing. Lovely. And of course ILSs need to come on as well at this time. $9,300 for 2,600. Well, flight level 992 for 2,600. And there's that haze that's sitting right over Delhi, so that's going to be interesting to accommodate. And okay, what happened here? Okay, master caution, master warning. Okay, trust lock. Okay, so we've got that there. I'm gonna bring this back here, and we're manual thrust now. Gonna keep the thrust at around that much there to keep our speed stable. We've lost the autopilot, we've lost the auto thrust. I'm hand flying the aircraft now. What has happened? Okay, autopilot off, auto thrust off, LGCIU 1+2 fault. Okay, the landing gear control interface unit has failed. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Landing gear gravity extension and GPWS system off. Alright, so we've got to put system off on the GPWS, and it looks like, so the LGCIU is what controls the landing gear unit. So I guess we're not going to be able to extend it using the lever. We're going to have to use the gear extension, the gravity gear thingy over here. Okay, so that's what's happened. I'm just going to keep hand flying the aircraft to make sure that I'm stable. I've got the ILS in, so I'm going to declare my mayday. Okay, Mayday, 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 Waypoints Aviation 320, we've got a landing gear control unit failure and we'd like to have a straight in for the ILS, please. Alright, so they're going to give that to us, and I'm going to go ahead and arm the approach with the localizer and the glide slope, keeping the power at idle because I do need to slow down now. I'm going to clear this, clear the LGCIU, status, landing gear, gravity extension, engine 1 approach idle only, engine 2 approach idle only, and landing gear control is not available, so that lever basically does not work, so to speak. And the inoperative systems are reverses 1 and 2, autopilot 1+2, auto thrust, LGCIU 1 and 2, and the GPWS. Okay, so that's what we've lost. All right, that's there's no computer resets, there's no other items that I have over here, so I'm just going to go ahead and clear that, keep the power at idle, and now I'm just it's up to me now to literally hand fly this aircraft down towards the runway. No pressure, huh? LOC, we're directly in now, we're captured on the localizer. I see some ground, so we're good. RVR for this is going to be 550. We've got 3000, so I can still, provided I don't lose any ILS information, I can still manually fly this aeroplane down. Now, given that the landing gear unit is not going to deploy, and I am essentially 15 miles away, it probably makes sense for me to what was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm just focusing on this flying. Probably makes sense for me to get the landing gear down a little bit early, because if I deploy speed brakes now to try and help me slow down, it helps a little bit, but not by much, because I need to get the thing down as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and get the gear down now, okay? When I pull, nothing happens. So what we do, we bring the landing gear up, and then we turn clockwise 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. That's the gear coming out now. Alright, gonna store the speed brake. I'm gonna arm the speed brake. And the gear is down. I assume it's down 3 green because we don't have the unit. But the doors are open, so hopefully the gear's out. Usually what I do is I'll get the tower to do a cross check for me. You know, they can see, you know, from the tower. So yeah, should be alright, guys. So I'm gonna go flaps 1 now. Okay, remove status. Speed is decreasing nicely. We're in on final approach. Okay, speed check and flaps 2. Alright, we've now gone into direct law. So we've lost the protection system as well. Direct law. Wonderful. Alright, gonna bring the nose down, and I have to manually trim the wheel now to make sure that we're doing that. Add a little bit of power. Okay. Okay, use pitch trim. Okay, glide slope star. Alright, gonna trim up a little bit just to keep the aircraft where I want it. Almost on the glide slope, and now the side stick is direct input. So what I give on the side stick is what I get directly on the flight controls. So I gotta be a little careful in how I maneuver the aircraft. So yeah. Alright, gonna raise the nose a bit. It's not stained, so I'm just gonna trim the nose up just a little bit, just to keep the aircraft where I want it. The good thing is the Airbus is so stable, it helps. Okay, 2,000 feet, and we're gonna do a config 3 landing. So select flap landing gear 3 and config 3. There we go, selected. Alright, just making some small adjustments just to get to that ILS. I'm gonna go flaps 3 now, and that should partially finish the landing gear. Okay, glide slope. Excellent. Okay, we got the glide slope, so gonna set the go around, which is 7,000. Checked, flight level 70 set. And the landing checklist, well, we could complete it, but we still don't have that. So yeah, gonna have to contact the tower and get them to confirm that we are in fact having our gear down and locked. And because it's an LGCIU failure, we don't have any indications, so we don't know from inside of here whether the gear is out or not. Alright, we just crossed 1,000. Coming down, gonna trim the nose a little bit because it's trying to come up. So it's a bit of a battle trying to get this. But yeah, just like flying a big Cessna now. Alright, I have received confirmation from the tower that the gear is in fact down and locked. Well, it's down anyways, so yeah. Hopefully it's all good.
500.
500 feet, power is good, the trim is good. A little bit of nose up on the trim.
400.
Just to help me with my initial flare. Coming up on 400 feet soon. Slightly high, gonna adjust for that.
500.
Okay, there's the runway, I see it. We're slightly high, just making small adjustments.
400.
There's our runway. I hope you guys can see it, because I
100 above.
we
300.
have no reverses, so I'm gonna have to get this aeroplane down. In fact, I'll go for
Minimum.
medium auto brakes for this one, just to help
100.
us stop the plane.
50, 40, 30, 20.
go.
Retard.
Retard, engines are already retarded. Okay, we're on the runway, slight bounce. I'm gonna keep that nose up. I'll pull the reverses, but nothing's gonna happen because of the LGCIU failure. As you can see, I've got the reverses in, but they didn't engage. The auto brakes are slowing us down though. And yeah, we're slowed down now to, okay, 70 knots, idle, and we're good. Here we go. I can probably take this exit. And yeah, we made it. We made it. Alright, I'm just gonna hold short here, get my bearings as to where I am in terms of the airport. So I'm just gonna stop the aeroplane right over here, and then we'll get our taxi instructions. So I did exit at Kilo 1. I can now go right and then over there. Alright, cool. Let's continue on, guys. And start the APU. There we go. And just gonna give a little bit of thrust. Taxi us down towards the runway. Get the flaps going. And the landing gear held. So it didn't collapse on us, so that's a blessing. And now it's to taxi down to the runway. So guys, that's how you handle an LGCIU 1+2 failure. I thought I'll just throw that in there, you know, for fun. You lose the indications, you lose the ability to lower the landing gear using the system. You don't know whether the gear is down or not. And even if I bring up the wheel page, you can see it didn't tell me anything. It just said doors are open, but it didn't say much, you know. And even on the landing memo, you would have noticed that even there it did not want to tell me whether the gear was down or not. So we lost all those indications on the way in, but nonetheless we were able to do the procedure and land the aircraft safely, guys. So yeah, under the circumstances, welcome to Indira Gandhi Airport in Delhi. We're officially in India. So yeah. Alright, APU should be available. I'll get the bleed going as well. And make a little turn over here. And then the gate should come up on my left. Lovely, guys. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, the little touch and go we did at Biju Patnaik, and then over here. So I want gate 205. 5 or 206, one of the two. Let's see what we got. Alrighty. Let me see over there. Looking for my gate. Okay. Fine, here we are. Which is going to be actually I kind of passed it. This one right over here next to VGHS. It's a beautiful livery VGHS has. Vietnam Airlines, I'm sorry, not VGHS, Vietnam Airlines. Lights off. AP is available. Passenger pretty much already standing in the back, I'm sure. And straight in towards our gate. Vietnam Airlines, it's a 321. Here we go, and parking brake on. Yeah, parking brake is on. AP is available, so go ahead and 1, 2, off. And strobes off. And we can go ahead and get the fuel pumps off as well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you land an aircraft in India, or anywhere for that matter, with raw data, not raw data, with direct law and an LGCIU 1+2 failure. So guys, welcome to India. We're finally here. It's been an amazing trip. It's been an adventurous trip. And yeah, so for those of you who are not subscribed, if you like our videos, check out our other videos, tutorials, as well as our around the world trips. And if you like the video, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And for those of you who are subscribed, and especially our members, thank you so much. Thank you all for being a part of this flight. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless you all, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Hi, do you live in Dubai, or are you in the United Arab Emirates? Are you an aviation enthusiast? Do you play flight simulator on your computer at home? Would you like to have the ultimate experience of flying an Airbus A320 in a real cockpit environment? Or are you a real-world pilot and you're looking to practice for an upcoming airline assessment? Or do you just want to master the Airbus aircraft? Are you a pilot looking to level up your knowledge and experience in instruments and navigation? Or maybe you're thinking of becoming a pilot in the future, but you're not yet sure if this is the path for you. Well, whatever your requirements may be, we're here for you. Book a session in our Airbus A320 flight simulator and come experience flying with a real-world pilot by your side as your instructor, guiding you along every step of the way. All ages are invited. Just scan the QR code or contact us via the details below for more information. See you guys in the cockpit soon.